John? Oh, I'm glad these are actually working.
Are they working? Oh, hey guys, how you doing? All right, so we're happy to pinch hit really quickly to help another cybersecurity professional stuck in the air. But at least it wasn't on a Boeing Max 737, I think you could say. Cheers. Sorry, did I say that out loud? It's going to be one of those presentations. Buckle up. Okay, so we're here to talk about the new organization that Eliza and I have founded. I'm Catherine Brett Goldman. I'm the Director of Development, so I'll be calling all of you afterwards for sponsorship and money. Hey. And this is our founder, Eliza May Austin.
Hi.
So we're going to give you a couple interesting tidbits, but first I have a quick poll. How many of you, and I don't mean to be ageist, but it's just, trust me, this will be fun. How many of you started your career before 1980? Okay, keep your hands up. How many in the 80s? Okay, wow. Keep your hands up. And in the 90s? All right, and how many, no, keep your hands up. So if you've already raised your hand, keep it up, okay. And how many of you in the noughties? And where are my millennial snowflakes? There we are, okay. All right, so everybody, yeah, woo! So everybody that just raised their hands, what you see around you right now in terms of women in tech and women in cybersecurity is not normal. It's not how it actually started. All right, so in the 1980s is where we first saw the decline of women involved in technology. Who can tell me what the stats were before 1980? Women versus men, not versus men, because it's never versus men. We're a team, we work together, of course. But what were the stats? Go ahead. About what? 65% more women? Okay, it was about 40% women, 60% men, pre-1980. What has it been since then? What do you think it is now? Right, yeah. So overall, women in tech is 20%. All right, so we went from 40 to 20. Big problem. Lots of reasons why. Not going to go into it today. I'm here to solve the problem, not to explain history. Okay? But women in cybersecurity, does anyone know the stats around that? In the UK, it's roughly between 8 to 11%. Okay? So that's what we're dealing with here. It's not a yay, women, rah, rah kind of thing. Slide. What? Oh, slide. Hey, there we go. Big slide. Okay, so that was some interesting things. Right now, women graduating university with computer science degrees is roughly 28%. So there still is a lot to talk about. And Eliza, you found an interesting stat today about women leaving the cybersecurity area.
Yeah, it's about 30%, I think it was.
No, it's 50%.
50%, sorry, within the first 3 to 5 years. So, because there's a 3 in there, I thought it was 30%, and I'm sorry. Yeah, so that's a big problem as well. So right. We're trying to target women that are already sort of adults over the age of 18, not just because we have wine at these meetups that we do, but because there's a lot of initiatives around supporting girls into code and supporting girls into cyber.
So this is where we are. So women leave cyber within 3 to 5 years at around 50%. Men leave cyber within 1 to 5 years, around 30%. So we think there's actually a couple bigger things that we can talk about in terms of where we are in terms of the cyber skills gap today, where we are in terms of roles and how they're changing, teams, how they're changing. How many people here actually feel like in the last 10 years, cyber has changed? Right? What we do, how we organize, what kind of teams we need. So we really think that if there are 59% of organizations today that say they have a hard time recruiting the right level of cyber skills, you all agree with that? Mostly? And Cybersecurity Ventures said 1.5 million skill shortage in cyber. There's 1.5 million jobs to be had by, 2020, that's next year. So obviously, we've got to find talent in lots of new places. And obviously, there's a benefit to bringing women in. So one of the things Liza and I were really passionate about, we've talked about this, is there are a lot of great programs out there for women in cybersecurity now who happen to be 16 years old. But I have 1.5 million jobs to fill by next year.
Yeah, we don't have time to raise children to get qualified.
Yeah. So it'd be great to be able to do that. But what we started thinking about and why we started the foundation was to start thinking about, well, how do we start bringing women into the field now, today? Who have skills that are transferable? How can we move women horizontally within the organization? How can we entice, coax, and get women excited about about cybersecurity as an industry or as a career choice today. So in that way, it's not just a recruitment issue. We also think women in cyber is about a creativity issue. Building more diverse workforce, building more diverse teams in terms of thinking and thoughts. Have the hackers evolved their tactics? So if we're all like in this one kind of thinking groupthink, are we able to be agile and responding to the way that they're dynamically shifting, right? So more minds better than one. So how do we start stirring that up? So we're going to talk about how we're actually going to do that. So why don't you talk about the practical skills and what we're trying to do? Oh,
You're good to go.
Go
Okay.
for it.
So is everyone aware of what the cyber kill chain is? Sorry, am I standing in the wrong place? Is everyone aware what the cyber kill chain is? Yeah, okay. So basically, the Ladies of London Hacking Society aligns itself with the cyber kill chain. So we have a 7-month program that we run, and it just recycles, but with new information, because let's face it, you could spend 10 years just studying reconnaissance. So these women turn up. Some of them have got no experience. Some of them have got loads of experience. And they literally follow along with a hack that they do on our web-based platform, which is provided to us by Immersive Labs. And in doing this, I'm just going to get out of the way of this.
Actually, there's no way to get out of the way.
Is there not?
Yeah, you're just like, you're in it.
Okay.
Here, you're
I'll
on
just
it.
be absorbed. I feel like I've got writing across my face. I don't know. So basically, we just go along, and like the first month, everyone will do reconnaissance. So we'll do a reconnaissance-based lab, which might be like Nmap scanning and seeing the output of that, and actually doing it rather than just studying it. And then we'll go all the way through to actions and objectives. So we'll go from pivoting from one system to another system. And, actually doing that is 2 hours, one night a month. And we're just creating like a really cool sort of network of women in the industry. What was the next slide, Kate?
So I think that what we're trying to focus on here is the fact that if we need to pull women into cybersecurity today, to fit the skills gap that exists now and the need for diversity of thinking, then what we have to focus on is practical skills.
Yeah.
And so one of the things, and that's why we focus on the cyber kill chain, it's about getting fingers on keyboards. It's about practical experience. Part of that is also to kind of address the fact that many women, when they apply for jobs in cybersecurity, don't realize the JD is kind of a wish list.
Yeah, they don't.
And they look at it and they go, I don't have half of those things. But what if they had the interest? What if they had the right attitude? What if they had the right, curiosity and passion and drive? Wouldn't you want them on your team? Because I'd rather hire for passion and curiosity than someone who has every certification in the book. You know what I'm saying? So that's the question, is how we actually do that. So that's why we're focusing on monthly meetups where we build a community. We're focused on being able to actually help women through the technical skills, which may seem intimidating at first, right? Because cybersecurity is not terribly intimidating to newcomers, is it? Right, even technical newcomers, it's like, oh my goodness, you guys, you're so complicated, okay? So this is how we're trying to help develop talent. So the meetings are free. Anyone can show up with a laptop. We've grown organically. We'll talk about how we're doing that in a second. But this is open to all. So we're not making it some sort of highly specialized, hacker group that only people in hoodies can come to. Sorry, people hoodies, I love hoodies too, but you know what I mean. Right? We're trying to actually make this really welcoming and a really great place to build a community, to build a network, and to get the skills that women need to feel confident to come into these roles. Do we have anything else there? You can also look there.
Oh, I'm like breaking my neck and it's just there. Never mind. Yeah. So, okay, there's an error in this. If anyone can spot it, they get like a drink over the road after. No, okay.
Where's the typo in this? It's technically my fault.
Yeah, 7 stages in the cyber kill chain, not 6.
Sorry.
Blame her. It's her fault. We've kind of just grown out of nowhere. So I randomly just created this little group, and we ended up getting nearly 500 members now, I think. Mm-hmm. And we've not even advertised it. So it definitely shows that there's a thirst for technical knowledge from women. And a lot of the frustrations that we've seen from each person that's turned up, they've been quite frustrated with these female-oriented cyber events and tech events that they've gone to. They've turned up like really raring to go with their laptop in their bag, and they've got there, and it's all been, oh, let's talk about soft skills. And they're like, oh, fuck, again? Like, do you know what I mean? Like every single time. So we're saying, there's a need for soft skills, that's great, but stop just making that the one thing that's available to women, because it's not. And, you know, as Kate said, as she started with, you know, we had so many women working in this industry years and years and years ago, but for some reason, the way that the modern times is sort of developing, it's also pushing women out, or women are feeling that they can't contribute.
So we're trying to support women across a very diverse range. So obviously most of what we're focusing on is having all of the meetups and as many technical resources and as much of our outreach and inspiration as possible be free to all. And then we're also starting to develop a membership and sponsorship strategy where organizations can come in and sponsor us, but also women who want to participate more fully in the group can. And again, it's still early days, right? We're 6 months old with 500 members. This is just
8 months old.
8 months old, sorry. 8
Yeah.
months old. I feel like we should have a birthday party or something. 8 months old. And I think that that's the whole thing, is where we're trying to actually say, how do we start developing this as an inspirational program to get more women involved and to get also men who want to support this initiative on board as well. So I think there's a couple things about how you can help. I mean, we are always looking for sponsorship. So this is brand new. This is not our day job.
No, certainly not. We don't get paid for this. Like Kate, for example, is the CEO of her own startup, her own tech startup. What is it, like 5% of tech startups are actually women?
It's actually 5% of startups.
So she is actually rocking horse shit. So, sorry, in the South, it's not rocking horse shit, is it? It's unicorn glitter or whatever. Anyway, so yeah, that's Kate. You know, I work as an incident responder in finance. Can't say which company I work at, but you can Google me and find out. It's not hard. And then, you know, we've got a couple of other people. We've got Linda Barber as well at the back there in the blue top, wave your hand. And then we've got Stephen Ridgway, who wasn't able to come today. So yeah, we all have our own things going on. This is just something we do because we're genuinely passionate about cyber, and we're also really passionate about, you know, advancing women in the industry. It's within our best interest. We're both women in cyber, so you know, we're going to do that. Right. We'd really like you guys to sort of jump on board and help us and sort of come and talk to us afterwards. We've got an unofficial after party in the bar over the road. What's it called?
The Trinity.
The Trinity. Like, it's not actually official. Like, it's really unofficial. We're just going to sit and have some drinks. And you should just come and talk to us.
So I think that's the first thing, is if you have diversity or inclusion programs running already at your organization and we could get an introduction, we would love you forever and you would be our best friends. If you're interested in supporting us in any other way, right, or if your organization has never done this before, that would be great. Again, we're happy to start small, but we do need some cash, obviously, to get off the ground, because I can only pay for our hosting service for so long. Okay, but also you can also offer space. So if you have some space, we usually get between 60 and 100 women at our monthly meetups. Some of our more specialized programs that talk about recruitment, or we've got one coming up on industrial control systems, right? 3 hours just dedicated to giving women an idea of what this is all about. We've already gotten 200 reservations for that, and that's still 3 months away.
Yeah, and we're paying for this out of like
our own pockets.
Yeah, so like, you know, if we need stickers and we start handing stickers out and everyone's like, oh, here's Eliza again with those fucking stickers. I'm always like, stickers, like, put them on your laptops. Yeah, I paid for those, so, you know, be really grateful that I gave you a sticker.
So I think that's, yeah. So if
I didn't eat for that week.
If you could provide some space, if you've got, you know, enough space to host 60 to 100 people, then we would love to talk to you as well. You can join the likes of Microsoft Reactor, Facebook, Willis Towers Watson. A couple great companies have hosted us so far. And also, if you just want to sort of join the group, join the team, we have a meetup page, we have a baby website started.
LLHS.com.
So find us online. We're on LinkedIn, we're on Twitter, but we would love social capital. We would love you to retweet our stuff. We would love you to find other women in your organization today who might be interested in cyber but don't know how to get started. Please send them our way. We would love to have them on board. So that's all the ladies in IT, that might be even some of the analytical types in accounting or finance or other organizations. Just grab a partner and bring them along. So we have a buddy system. It's like, if you've come to one of my meetings, you better come next time with 2. Right? That's exactly it. So that is how we are trying to grow. So again, you can find us on all these social platforms. We would love to talk to you more about how you can help us, what we're trying to do, the specifics around the meetings and how we run things. But I don't know if we have time for questions or what.
Well, I think we'll go straight into the panel after this, and then you can sit down and people can put questions to you at that point. How's that?
make sure you have some questions for us because we're raring to go. Okay, thank you.